Alright guys, we're back, and we got something from Boxing Rock, something new from Boxing Rock. Not quite new, it's been out for a while, but it's new to me. Anytime we get something a little bit new from Boxing Rock, I'm super fucking excited. And this is their Crafty Jack English Ale. Technically, I think they classified it as a brown ale. 4.2% alcohol by volume. Sexy, sexy label. And yeah, Boxing Rock Brewing Company from Shelburne, Nova Scotia. Water, malt, hops, and yeast, and that's all you really need to know. Bottled on February the 26th, 2015. So it's a nice sort of big bottle of sessionable quality sort of English style ale. So we're going to open it up, pour it, see what we think when we come back. Be right back. Okay, we're back with Crafty Jack English Ale from Boxing Rock. Hopefully my camera stays up. Got a couple spare batteries. If it cuts off, I apologize. It's giving me the blinky thing, but it's kind of unreliable. I think the contacts on this are kind of worn out where it reads the battery wrong sometimes. But yeah, so she's a very dark sort of amber mahogany sort of color. Falls right within the sort of brown ale range. Generally you get, considering this is sort of supposed to be an English style brown ale, generally you get two different styles of brown ale, traditionally anyway, from England. From what I understand, I could be wrong. Any English viewers can correct me, but generally you get, and I don't know which is which, I know there's sort of a north and a south, I guess, version of the brown ale. One is a bit more bitter, a bit more roasty, and the other is a bit more sweet. And usually the body is lighter than a porter. I guess basically a bit more sessionable than a porter in general. So that's sort of where it sits on the scale of dark beers in England. We're going to go right to the aroma. And the dog is going to dig a tunnel, apparently. Alright. Got a nice sort of mocha head going there too, by the way. Beautiful looking beer. Okay, so I'm getting some roasty chocolate and sort of coffee note going on here. Not unlike a porter actually, but definitely doesn't quite have the sweet kind of note going that you would generally get from a porter. It's got more of a smoky, roasty sort of character that's taking over the entire thing. Nothing super special. It's not like it's jumping out at my nose or anything, but it smells very, very nice, very pleasant. It smells sort of like basically like a coffee, some sort of coffee porter beer, although a bit lighter on the nose than what you would generally get from that sort of hybrid style going on. All right, so we'll go right to the taste. Cheers. This is definitely on the dry, roasty side of things. A little bit of baker's chocolate coming out of there. Mostly it's very much a nice roasty finish, coffee kind of roast. Approaching kind of a mocha kind of thing going on. Definitely not typical of what you would maybe expect from a brown ale. Probably even a bit more roasty than what you would expect. Body's fairly light. It's really nice. I'll tell you right now, this is a better, even though this is not a coffee beer, this is a much better coffee beer than Authentic Seacoast's Rare Bird full steam stout or whatever, which has just become abysmal after the first couple batches. But we're speaking out of school, I guess. We should be talking about this beer, not a shitty beer. That's really good. Like I said, 4.2%. Goes down smooth. Has a nice taste to it. Taste profile's right up my alley. If you don't like sort of smoky, roastiness kind of thing going on, you might not appreciate it as much. But I do really like it. It's a nice dry sort of brown ale. Definitely an alternative to the Garrison one, which is a nut brown ale. It's sort of similar to this. Sort of has some of the same sort of dry, nutty notes, but I think there's maybe a bit more tad sweetness in the Garrison one than this one, so it's a little bit different, but I think they're generally in the same range as far as brown ales go. And I gotta tell you, some people might not be wowed. You know, they'll look at some of these beers from Nova Scotia that come out and they go, oh, very boring styles, very boring. But I kind of appreciate these sort of things a bit more, I guess. And I just like the fact that there's another really decent brown ale in the Maritimes now. Before now, we only had basically what, two? We had Garrison and we had the one from PEI Brewing Company, which is pretty good. As far as I can recall, that's pretty much it, though. Maybe Picaroons has one, I can't remember. But, yeah, very, very good. Again, it's nothing spectacular. It's not some big palate wrecker. It's not some big whale, some big flavor bomb. But it's very, very good, very solid. And I'm going to enjoy it. And it comes in a big bottle. You get a nice sessionable brown ale that doesn't do too much to mess your palate up. And it comes in a big bottle, a lot of beer, good price too, a little bit lower price than some of the other big bottled stuff you'll find on the shelf in comparison. I think it was only $4.80, I think, for the 650, where comparable prices would be around $5 something for some other beers out there. So very, very nice. Thank you, Box and Grok. Thank you, NSLC, at least my local NSLC, for getting something a little bit different than just the hunky-dory and the occasional couple cases of Vickers Cross that they decide to be generous and throw my way. Now if I can get some of the Unobtainium, and they got a couple other ones floating around too that look really interesting, I'd be very, very happy boy. Very happy boy. Alright guys, I'm going to give this a... You know what? I'm going fucking 3.75 out of 5. It's really damn good stuff. Really enjoyable, and I hope to pick some more up. I think I basically bought what was left at my local NSLC today, so I think I left one on the shelf. So that one guy who ends up getting a bottle, you're welcome, sir. 3.75 out of 5, Boxing Rock Crafty Jack English Ale. Really damn good stuff. Buy it up. Here we see the mythical Sasquatch in his own environment. Hunted for years by cryptozoologists, he finally reveals himself in the frozen tundra of Nova Scotia.